So they're, yeah, I think it was a bit ridiculous, but I would have Allison over Nick Pope. But they did bring up an interesting point, okay, that did make me ponder just a bit, because do you consider goalie as part of the defense? Like, do they share that? Is goalie kind of its own separate thing? Is defense, or are they lumped in with defense? Because we've seen instances where there's like a really good defense and like a fine average goalie, and if there's a goal, we don't blame the defense. You blame kind of the goalie, right? Seems normal. And then the same thing can be said last season, and it does get brought up. So he did bring it up, but I do remember seeing it. The best defense, or the most clean sheets produced, was that Manchester United defense. They got rid of De Gea. Like, they just got rid of him. So clearly, like, even though results were produced, if you want to say that, like, it wasn't because of De Gea. So it's like, are they separate or are they together? Like, what do we think? And then, again, I just wanted to see this because it brought it up. I think if Liverpool did not have Alisson, if they had another even, like, very good goalie, I think they would have been relegation threatened, like, how dog shit they were, like, defensively. Like, they would have been below Chelsea. And Nick Pope had a great defense, and I think he's a great player too. So it's not like a shame or anything, but I think Alisson is the best goalie.
My goalie is Pope.
Fucking
Mine is
embarrassing, Alisson, yeah.
Yeah, at the start of the season, you're going to tell me that Newcastle got the joint best defence in the league.
Sorry, did you say defence or goalie?
Defence, but goalie's part of the defence.
Oh my.
There's four defenders.
See, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, when you think of great defenses, you do think of the center back pairing a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? And they got their fullbacks. I don't normally think of the goalie. Like, I really don't. But he is obviously a big addition and, like, the most important part of defense. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if they're lumped in together or not because of what I just said.
One goalie. If De Gea should win. De Gea should be
Yeah,
the team.
that's
So
good.
you got De Gea in yours, yeah? Yeah,
What?
because he's got most clean sheets.
But this is the same. I'm not on about clean sheet stats.
So that's the best defence in the league.
No.
If you
That's true. How is that not a defensive stat, keeping clean sheets? I'm not saying it's the only stat, but it's a big stat, obviously.
ask the majority of people online, there will be a
Why do you keep talking about people online? What do you give a shit?
Let me go into the streets and ask them.
About what?
Jesus Christ. If you went online and did a poll, I honestly think that Pope
Don't
and
agree.
Alisson would be a lot closer than you think.
I-
If you lot are acting like choosing Pope is like a crime against humanity.
no,
They're both good shouts. Like, get
I-
over it.
I-
I picked a player for a return, so don't shoot me down next time.
And
please.
Alisson,
Yeah, but half of your reason is because a lot of people online are saying that.
Well, people online agree with me.
It's a fair answer. You're just being fucking stupid,
course it
rude,
is.
and annoying, actually. My goalie.
It's always so funny too to see that like British people bring in like actually, like you're stupid, so whatever. Like I don't know, I always find that funny. But anyway, do you lump in goalies with great defenses, or are they kind of their own separate thing? Because actually, man, is there a football parallel? And I'll tell you why. No, even a basketball parallel. Like in football, you almost think of DBs, like cornerbacks and safeties. You think of, well, more cornerbacks. You think of them on an island. So it's like, yeah, the defense is doing their thing, but DBs are like almost their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And even in basketball, it's like, yeah, good wing protection and yada yada. But if you have a rim protector is almost like different. It's almost like its own separate. You know what I'm saying? Like if the defense is having a good or bad game, if he has 10 blocks, that's big. You know, like 10 blocks. Same thing with DBs. If the defense isn't doing that good, but they have 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions in one game or whatever the case might be. Oh, that's a lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Like Deion Sanders type thing. Like Deion Sanders, they're almost like separate. Like, do you think of them as separate? Do you think of them as an addition? Do you think of them as, like, what do you think of them as? And that's, again, goalies here. Like, do you think of them as, like, the linchpin? Do you think of them as plus? Do you think of them as part of or not? I have no idea, honestly, but I kind of always have thought of them as like a separate. I've always thought of them as their own. They have like for a reason, they have their own kind of stat lines. And maybe the Golden Glove should be adjusted because of the clean sheet situation there. How do you have a Golden Glove winner that leaves his club on a free? Again, I understand the circumstances of, like, his contract was up. But if you have a Golden Glove winning goalie, you would think that you would sign him no-brainer. But we all saw De Gea last season. Nobody was signing De Gea. You'd have to be insane to re-sign De Gea. And it worked out with them with Onana, but I think that they were going to go a different route pretty much anyway. And I think that they're not sold on Dean Henderson, so that's a whole thing too. But I think, genuinely, I was like, they're not going to re-sign him, so I'm going to do something else. Like, it's very much saying, like, if I have to, I'll re-sign this Golden Glove winner. Like, he just won it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, maybe it has to be adjusted because of that. But yeah, I do think of goalies in their own separate category, pretty much. And then I just wanted to see the whole thing. Does this dude only base his opinions on internet polls as well? And Newcastle fans, I have not had many, I don't see that too much. And obviously I'm in the United States, but they are cocky as shit. I mean, they took their Champions League spot and are like, they fucking won the league 5 times over, like I've seen them. They're very, very confident. Very confident. Like, they are just, like, Eddie Howe's the best. Again, I think he's solid. I think it's just always like the over the top. Pope is great, but no way better than Alisson. Yeah, I don't think so. Listen, Alisson makes saves on and off the pitch, okay? He makes saves on the pitch, and then he's fucking baptizing all the Brazilians that touched down in Liverpool. So, hey, listen, saves? He's saving goals and saving souls, baby. That's all I know. Saving goals and saving souls. You gonna argue against Jesus? I'm not. But anyway, yeah, that was, again, I saw that and I thought it was interesting.